What's going on, everybody? It's Austin Holloman. We are back again with another travel review video. If you guys are new to the channel, like the video, subscribe already. I drop content here daily, whether it's vlogs, review videos of cities, comparison of cities, dating content, debates, IRL live streams, or even controversial statements I like to make that get so much uproar for me telling the truth. If you guys are interested in that and you like that, educational entertainment is what I like to call it. It's not meant to be entertainment, just so happens to be entertainment. It's education. Subscribe to the channel already, and we will get started. Now, today we're going to talk about my top 3 cheapest cities that I've been to in Latin America. And number 1 on the list, in my opinion, I'm going to have to tell you guys, is Buenos Aires, Argentina. Now, some people don't want to, especially some black people, are afraid to move to Argentina because they have a racist history. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Shit is true. Now, I didn't experience that when I was there, but I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not true. So it is a thing, but if you guys are looking for somewhere that you could really save a lot of money, about the racist thing, right? You know, I remember some locals in Argentina tried to tell me, like, you know, a lot of people around the world think that we killed off our black people or hate them. But honestly, the truth is the black people just left. Immediately, I knew they were racist when they said that, because that was just bullshit. I've never known people to just leave. You know, I mean, it's happened, but come on, you went from 30% to less than 1%? I don't think so. So anyway, if you guys are looking for Latin culture, which they aren't too strong in Latin culture because they have more European influence, because they got rid of everybody else and put themselves there. So they are pretty much European, but they still have they still have a Latin little touch to them. But they're still very European. Like they're white people for the most part. Italian, German, and Spanish. Like that's who's down there pretty much. It's nobody looks like me, and it's not even that many mestizos from what I saw either down there as well. So if you're looking to save money and you're looking for a place like Buenos Aires that doesn't get too cold from what I saw, maybe it's cold now, I don't know, but it had very good weather. It's a coastal city. The city is very convenient. There's a lot of amenities, you know, and if you guys are looking for somewhere that has busy nightlife and you enjoy busy cities, let me tell you one thing I really enjoyed about Buenos Aires. When I was in Buenos Aires, I was there for 22 days, and it seemed like there was a gym, a grocery store, and a coffee shop on every single street. Like this, I've never been anywhere, and a restaurant. Those 4 things. I've never been anywhere where it was that dense with all that. I'd never seen that. So I walk out my apartment. Across the street was a grocery store. To the right was a coffee shop. Next to that grocery store was a restaurant here and a restaurant there. And then when you walked, all you had to do was cross over the intersection. There was a gym. Then there was another gym at the other intersection. Then you turn right, there was another. The entire fucking city was like that. So that was very convenient, combining the fact that it was cheap and I don't need a car. I can literally walk everywhere. The malls were very convenient. You know, they're not like a cheap mall that you can only buy little bullshit at. Like, you can buy good stuff at those malls. They have a lot of tourist attractions. They have cheap subway transit. They have a lot of cultural things you can find. You know, it's an all-in-one country. I like to call it the Thailand of South America, because it's just as cheap. There's just as much to do. And yeah, it's the Thailand of South America, because that's what Thailand is known for. You're not going to be bored there, and it's extremely cheap to be there. So that's what Thailand is known for, and that's what Argentina is my example. Let's go over some examples of why I say it's my number 1 for where I would pick cheapest, which is if you want an apartment, a 1-bedroom apartment in the central area of town can be as cheap as $250, and this is not bullshit. Like, these are nice apartments. For up to $400 per month. But if you move out to the suburbs, $150 at the very least to $300 per month. $150 for an apartment. That sounds like Thailand. $150, and you have, not a lot, but you have beautiful women cheap food, good food, filling food, and a lot to do. You could literally live in Argentina for less than $1,000. Like if you somehow manage to get an apartment that's $150 after utilities, maybe it's $200, and you spend $200 on groceries, that's $400. You don't need a car anyway because you can walk everywhere. You can literally live there if you want. If you're talking about survival costs, it's like $700. $700. You move a girlfriend in there, you probably topping off at $900 or $1,000. Dude, you can do it. So if you guys want to know, you guys got to have remote income for that to all be possible. Either you got to be really rich and have a lot of money saved up, or you have to have remote income. So if you guys are interested in living this lifestyle and you want to move to a place like Buenos Aires, I've created a course that gives you the blueprint on exactly everything you need to do from start to finish. I'm going to motivate you on why you should do this. If this is not enough motivation, I'm going to motivate you why, how I did it, what you should do, how can you immerse yourself in a different culture, and how can you get remote income. And I will also add you to a community of people that are like-minded, and we will also have Q&A sessions where you'll be able to talk with me as a group class with any questions that you have. Now, if you guys want to speak with me one-on-one, I will have a booking link where you can book a consultation on how to invest and how to get residencies and visas, how to date abroad, and how to get remote income. And you will have one-on-one coaching with me for 12 months if you need coaching with dating, or if you need coaching with investing and what to invest your money in, and remote work. We will be able to work with those one-on-one. And I also coach people on how to do YouTube. So just click the link below and that is there for you as well. Now back to the video. Utilities. Spoke of that earlier. Let's say your rent is at the cheapest. Let's be fair. Let's say your rent is $200 a month. Or let's say you want to live in a big city, $250 per month. Let's say $300. $300, you're living in Buenos Aires, not in the suburban area. You're living in the heart of the city. $300. Electricity, water, and heating is approximately maxing out at $100, but as cheap as $50. Internet is maxing out at $30, but as cheap as $20. So let's go with the max on both. $130 plus the $300 that you're going to spend on your housing. $430. Food, maxing out at $250, but as cheap as $150. Also, we'll probably spend $250 because I eat a lot. So that would be $680. $680, and you're living in the heart of the city for a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. Now you will have to rent for some time. Don't think you can go over there and do a 3-month rental and get that deal. I'm telling you won't, because I already tried that. Now, the average income in Argentina is $300 to $500 per month, which explains why it's so cheap there. They have a very terrible economy. You can get most places, and I know this from experience, you can get around most of the city of Buenos Aires for literally $1. The trade-off is you have to be willing to wait. In my opinion, I wouldn't do that unless you're really just trying to be frugal and penny pinch, or you want to get a cultural experience. You want to see what the city is like. I can give two shits. I'd rather walk than ride on those trains. But if you're willing to get on a train, then wait on the bus, and then go, yeah. But you can also order an Uber that's like 20 minutes for like $5. So, I mean, it depends on how much your time, because it's going to take you like an hour to get there by train. You know, doing all that and busing and all, like, it's going to take you a while to get there. So, I would rather just pay Uber, but you can do that if you guys want to save money. Museum entry fees are around $2 to $5, and gym memberships are around $20 to $30 per month. I can confirm that. Healthcare is around $50 to $100 per month. So, that's why I say Argentina is a Thailand or Brazil, and it is extremely cheap. Only thing is, I believe Buenos Aires has fair weather, but other cities in Argentina do get cold. Like, they have a part of Argentina that's close enough to Antarctica where there's literally glaciers and it's beautiful. I didn't get to go, but it's beautiful for what I've seen. But Argentina goes all the way to Antarctica, you know. And even up north, it gets warmer, but I don't believe it's warm enough for me to just call it hot. But they even have deserts. Like, there's a lot of diversity in Argentina. It's a huge country. I would recommend it, but just... if you're black, just be aware. Number two city is Salvador, Bahia. This was my number 1 city in the world for a while. It still is until I have to go back and visit and compare it to where other places I've been to. Salvador Bahia is a beach town. It's known as the blackest city outside of Africa. Uh, I guess you could say that, but it doesn't. Where you stay at, it won't seem like that because the black people usually don't live in a nice area, So it is very black. I would say it is the blackest city outside of Africa. It does. Now that I've been other places, it does seem like that. But from personal experience, I had an apartment for a year lease in Salvador Bahia. I could hear the beach, see the beach, smell the water and the sand and whatever else that creates that ocean smell. I could smell that. I was close enough to see that, hear it, and smell it. I had a 6-day-a-week maid that came and literally wiped the shower, washed the shower, toilet, dishes, made the bed, did everything 6 days a week. And she also, she didn't do it, but they would wash my clothes. They fold them, dry them and fold them, put them in a Ziploc bag, fold it up, bring it, it was right there. 3 restaurants beneath me, grocery store, perfect area. That was all $550 a month. In Miami, that equivalent would probably be 20 times. Like you'd be paying over 10 grand a month to have all those conveniences. And I might be lowballing for a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom like that in Miami. The United States is just not worth it. I don't even know why people still live there. But on average, and let's say this, if you go further into the northern part of Bahia, further away from the beach, you can get for $550, 3,000 reais at the time is what it was. You can get an all glass apartment, high rise. Just saying. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Very cheap there. A 1-bedroom on average was around $250 to $350 per month. So I'm assuming if you did not have all the stuff I had and you moved further into the city, it'd be a lot cheaper. But if you move even further up north, like let's say Lago de Freitas near that area, it could be around $150 to $250 per month. Utilities, electric, water, and heating is around $50 at the least, $80 at the most. Internet, $20 to $30. Oh, also my place came with all that stuff prepaid except for the electricity, which was still $550 plus my electric bill. So I probably paid around $600 a month. So let's break this down. Let's say if you want to stay near the beach, not far from the beach, kind of central, but not too far from the beach, $350 a month for the apartment, right? $80 for your utilities at a max is what it's saying. So that's about $430. And you want to do the maximum for internet, let's say. That's $460 just for the housing, right? Groceries are $150 to $200. So let's max out at that at $200. $660. And that is just slightly more expensive than Argentina, from what I remember what I just said a minute ago. Eating out, you can eat out. So I used to go to a Smart Fit in Baja, which was a neighborhood in Salvador. And I would literally eat a big oversized plate of rice and like 3 or 4 chicken breasts and beans and a salad for $3.88 every single day. Now, when I would go to the restaurants beneath my apartment, yes, it got more expensive. I was closer to the beach, but guess how much I was paying for that same thing at the apartment downstairs? $10. So you can either eat for $20 a day, or you can eat for like $8 a day, you know? So this is why I don't cook. It doesn't make sense. Why would I go grocery shopping, fuck off a bunch of time in the kitchen cooking when I can eat for $3.88? And it's already ready. Like I tell them what I want, 10 minutes later it's ready. I don't have to wash any dishes. So that's why living in Salvador Bahia is a great place. It's very cheap. My number 2 city for cheapest place to live. The average income there is $300 to $500. Public transport, I would not recommend, but you could $30 to $50 per month is what you would spend for bus. Uber, like I told you guys, let's say this is 30. It says it's 30 cents per mile, per kilometer. But you could. I remember I used to Uber this chick I was dating from Lago de Freitas to Salvador, which is like an hour drive. That one-way trip was $10, just FYI. So I didn't even add Uber to my budget because I wasn't spending shit. Like it wasn't nothing. It was like me trying to budget how much I spent on toilet paper a month. Like it was super cheap. Not that cheap, but I'm just saying. I'm just making a comparison. Entertainment, museums around $2 to $5. Gym memberships also around $20 to $30. Sounds about right. Healthcare around $50 to $100 as well. So overall, here's the difference between Buenos Aires and Salvador Bahia. Buenos Aires, cold, white girls only, little racist energy there, you know. But there's a lot more amenities and you have a lot more accessible brands and it's a lot more to do. It's a lot more convenient of a city. Salvador Bahia, and there's a beach in Buenos Aires. Nobody goes there. Like I don't even recall seeing sand. So it's not really a beach there. It does border the water, but it's not really like you're not gonna go out there and sit on a fucking beach towel. So Salvador Bahia is the complete opposite. You're probably gonna spend the majority of your time. If you live near the beach, you probably will spend the majority of your time, especially if you're my age. I'm 25. A lot of chicks at that beach. You're gonna spend the majority of your time at that beach. Okay? But it's diverse. It's majority black. There's a lot of black women from women that look like me, women that are dark as hell. I mean, women I say that are asteroid dark, like you guys heard me say before. Women that are light as my shirt. Women with blonde hair, blonde curly afros and skin like mine and green eyes. And they are all very well fed and in shape. All of them. You got white girls. You got the mestiza looking chicks. You know, you have a diversity there. So overall, I still, cost-wise, it's better to live in Buenos Aires. But that being said, I would still prefer living in Salvador. You don't have to worry about like the whole black people hating themselves shit over there either. So it was more convenient to be in Salvador Bahia. Now, last city on my list, which was also one of my favorites, is Cali, Colombia. I have so many favorites I don't even know anymore. Cali, Colombia is the city that was known for the Cali cartel, but I'm gonna tell you like this, it does not feel that dangerous if you stay in the right areas. Especially if you go to the southern zone or you stay in the Grenada tourist zone. You will not have any problems. I didn't. I was there for 10 days and I didn't really feel once like I was in danger. I'm pretty sure maybe at some point you may, but I really didn't. So you could literally, from what I saw, I stayed in an Airbnb that was a tiny, I stayed in 3 Airbnbs, but one of them was a tiny 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, the last one I stayed in. And it was brand new, looked like it was just built a month ago. And it cost like $500 a month on Airbnb, which means that owner is probably paying $200 a month to keep that place. $200 a month. So if you guys want a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom in the central part of town, you're looking at anywhere from $200 to $350. A lot of these prices are kind of they're kind of the same. These places are very, very cheap. They're all very similar to each other. $200 to $350 per month. I know Love Crossing Borders, Andre from Love Crossing Borders, I believe he said he had a 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom for around $350. You had to go to a different part of the city to get that. But $350 for a 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom is amazing. Right? But if you go outside that, you can even find rent as cheap as $150 in the suburban areas. Which is, again, I couldn't believe how cheap it was to live there. I'm all about living cheap because I'm all about let me make my life better. Let me be able to invest more money into this long-term growth stock. Let me be able to invest more money into my business that you see me talking on now. Let me be able to hire more people. Let me be able to live my life to the fullest. I don't give a damn about who can spend the most money. Y'all broke over here and we not. I could give 2 shits about what you doing. I want to live the best life that I can. Now, that does come with a cost. Like, it is dangerous in Cali, Colombia. It is dangerous in Salvador Bahia. Not too much in Buenos Aires. But, that's why I called it the Thailand of South America. Because Thailand is cheap as hell and safe. Buenos Aires is cheap and you could be a woman walking around at 3 o'clock in the morning in the major part of the city. I think you would be just fine. But, anyway, yes, I'm all about maximizing my life and how can I live the best life that I can and how can I save 90% of my income. And living in a place like this where you could live $1,000 a month probably, you can save 8 grand, 9 grand a month. Why wouldn't you do that? You know? So anyway, let's say you go with the suburban area, because that's what I like. I like the southern zone of Cali more than anything. They call that area Hardin. Let's say you go over there, $150 per month, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. Electric, water, and heating, maxing out at 80. I'm probably gonna max all that out anyway. So $230. Internet, $30 maxing out per month. $260, right? Groceries, just like the other places, maxing out around $200 at cheapest $150. So now you're at $460. And dining out, you can have a cheap meal for $3 and $3 to $7, but you can have a moderate meal or at a mid-grade restaurant for 15 to 20, which is about what I was paying when I would go to nicer restaurants. But you can definitely eat cheap there. So that being said, yes, you can literally live there for about $600-700, depending on how you do things. $600 or $700, you can live in Cali, Colombia. That is fucking crazy, right? But again, it's my number 3 on the list because there's a danger cost associated. I didn't feel in danger, but I know it's there. You can't deny it. It's there for sure. But it might not happen to you. I don't know. So the average income there is $300 to $500 a month. Transportation, which again, I wouldn't recommend really going on the bus in a lot of South American countries. The only South American countries I recommend you ride the bus is like Uruguay, Paraguay, Argentina, Peru. I don't even know if I say Bolivia. But Brazil, Colombia, I'm not riding a bus over there. You know, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm just not gonna, unless we in somewhere like Florianopolis or something like that. But nah, hell no. To be blunt about it, hell no. 50 cents per kilometer on Uber, which is a little more expensive than Salvador Bahia, but not really something I factor in on my budget when I go to that place. Average museum, $2 to $5. Gym memberships are about $15 to $25 per month. If you go to SmartFit, you can get the entire South American continent or Latin America for $25. But if not, yes, you can. I believe SmartFit is as cheap as $15 per month if you just want to go to one SmartFit. So yes, very cheap for that. Healthcare, $50 to $100 per month. So overall, I would say my pick out of all 3, those were organized by the price. But if I had to pick which ones would I recommend you go to if you are, let's speak to somebody that looks like me, a Black American. But I'm speaking for anybody, but it's specific a Black American because I don't know what it's like to be white. But if you are a Black American man, I would recommend you go to Salvador Bahia first. Then I would say Cali, Colombia. Then Buenos Aires. I think as a Black American man, you will be saving a lot of money. You will enjoy a great culture, and a lot of women will like you in Salvador Bahia. The exact same thing in Cali, but the people in Salvador seemed a lot warmer than they did in Cali. Buenos Aires, I put last because as a Black American, you will stand out. Not necessarily that works against you, but again, they do have a racist history. It's not up for discussion. Any place that has slaves is not just some fucking heaven now that slavery is over. So, but they were known for some stuff that they did. And that energy is there. You can feel that energy while you're there. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys found that informative, feel free to drop me a tip at $ Cash App Austin Holloman. Cash App $ Austin Holloman, or PayPal Austin Holloman at Gmail. Austin Holloman at Gmail is also my Zelle if you want to leave a tip. Or you can leave a super thanks below. And like I said before, if you guys want to join a community of like-minded men that are on the same path as you, the link to that will be below. And if you want a one-on-one coaching about YouTube, dating abroad, investing abroad, and residencies and visa, you want me to walk you through that process in a 12-month program one-on-one, there's a booking link below. Book now. I will see you guys. I love you guys. Next time.